Gee, you got me speechless right now, and I can't talk.
I mean, Ed speechless does not happen too often, Drew. So I think you get a medal for that.
Ed's an inspiration, to a lot of people.
Welcome to Special Olympics Wisconsin Athlete's Voice Podcast, and I am host of it, and my co-host is Miss Addie Teeters.
Well, hi, Ed. How are you?
Good.
How's it going today? How you feeling?
Good.
Yeah? Why?
I'm just feeling good because I'm so grateful that I get to do this with you on a daily basis.
I know. I'm so happy I get to work with you all the time. And this is a gift today because we are actually recording our podcast in a studio, right?
Yeah.
It's so much fun when we get to be in person. And we have a super special friend here today. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, his name is Drew Young. He's from Green Bay. He's one of my friends. He's an athlete leader. He's really grown since taking the leadership courses. I see him. He's gotten out of his shell a little bit, and it's helped him grow as a person. And I'm just proud to call him my friend.
Well, thank you guys for having me here. I'm Drew Young, and I'm from the Green Bay area. I'm with the Green Bay Metros, and I'm on the Athlete Leadership Council. Thank you for having me here today.
Anytime we get to visit with you, Drew, it's so much fun. Ed was talking about the leadership stuff you do, but maybe can you take us back to the beginning? When did you get started with Special Olympics?
I first started with Special Olympics in 2017 with my friend Joanne Smits, and she is the owner of Life Academy in Green Bay. And she got me into Special Olympics because I was diagnosed with autism on my 18th birthday. And then I didn't know of anything about Special Olympics until I met her. And then she she said that there's a team in Green Bay called the Metros. And then I got involved with them. And then my first sport was softball. And so then I started with them. And then I went to Bismarck, North Dakota for the softball championship the first year that I was with the Metros, and we won gold out in North Dakota. And I've been with them ever since.
And Drew, how did that make you feel to win that gold?
Oh, that was really amazing because I haven't played ball since I was in minor league, and then to play and haven't played that long, and then to go out there and then I still have it, and to make a lot of friends and meet people from all over the country, and then in Canada. I mean, that's an amazing feeling, and then to see all the people that were out there, to show their support, and with the police, and with all the North Dakota police officers, and then that was really something.
How did that help change your life? Like, because you made so many friends and things. How does Special Olympics change a athlete's life over time?
That they have a voice, and that they become involved. And, I wasn't, I used to be a Civil War reenactor before this, and I wasn't, I wasn't involved like I am with Special Olympics. And I have more friends now than when I was with them, and I'm more included with what I can do and a voice, and it's really special.
Because how did you feel before your diagnosis? Did you feel like you had many friends in high school and things, or not really?
No, not really. I was more involved with the teachers, and I was bullied a lot in school, and my parents were divorced when I was really young, and having to change schools, and my friends didn't. And then when I got diagnosed, I really didn't know what to say to my friends because I didn't know how they would treat me. And then after I graduated, and then I just had my 20-year class reunion, and they became more open to it because I guess we could become older, and with Special Olympics, with autism being more what it is now than 20 years ago. It's
Well, and that education is so important, right? Yep. And part of it's because people like you use your voice, and you guys are the ones talking about it, right? I mean, it's how important is that?
Because we have the Unified Champion Schools, and there's getting to be more of them now than when I was in the school. And then if we would have had that when I was in school, then I think things would have been different. And
can you talk about that a little bit more? Our Unified Champion School program is where we're making intentional efforts in schools in Wisconsin, and we're forming what we call unified teams with individuals with an intellectual disability or physical disability, and then students with different abilities, and they kind of morph all together and form these teams and become friends. How is that impactful for both a student maybe with a disability and without?
Because, some people are asking, well, were you in sports when you were in school? And I was like, no, I wasn't, because, I wasn't, we didn't have this championship schools like we do now. And I wasn't, I was kind of a loner, and people weren't, they didn't know how to interact with me with my autism and stuff like that. Like, and we didn't have the tools like we do now.
And can you talk a little bit more about your athlete leadership work? How did you become an athlete leader, and how did that all go?
Well, I was my first year with basketball, and we were at the tournament in Neenah, and Joanne and I they had this table set up with the Athlete Leadership Council, and they asked me if I wanted to sign up, and I'm like, well, sure. So then I signed up, and that was 2 years ago, and Jeannie called and asked if I wanted to go with them to the retreat that year, and I said, well, sure. And so then I met Ed and everybody from the retreat, and had a good time out up in Deerwood, and it took classes. And then, with all the classes that they have, and then you can broaden you never know where you get to go, because you can broaden your horizon, and there's then you can, do anything that you set your mind to it.
And what kind of classes, can you guys talk about that? What kind of classes do you take and learn about?
There's like public speaking, there's gender identity, there's Athlete Health Messenger. Drew, do you want to talk? Have you taken Athlete Health Messenger? You want to talk a little bit about that?
No, I haven't taken that one, but I've taken, the government advocacy, and then I've taken the, mindset, and they're really amazing, because, I like to speak, and me, Chad, and Lexi were in Neenah in April for the budget, for the state budget meeting, and we each gave our speeches, just like that, and helped so they can help get funding for Special Olympics, and that went really well.
And Drew, how did that make you feel to get in front of was it the Joint Finance Committee?
Yes, it was.
And how did that make you feel to tell your story, or tell a little bit about how Special Olympics benefits you?
That felt really important, so that we, people, around the state can hear our story, and then when I was giving my story, I was looking around the room at the people at the finance committee, and then people were like nodding their head, like they were really impressed on how well we gave our speeches and stuff like that. And then when we were going back to receipts paper, we're like, you did a really great job and stuff like that. And
wow, that had to feel so good.
Yeah,
that's so great. So what kind of goal, you've accomplished so much since joining Special Olympics. What kind of aspirations do you have? What kind of goals do you have for yourself?
The sky's the limit, and I'm just glad that I got to be part of it, because it changed my life. I get to meet more friends, and like you and Ed, and Ed's an inspiration, to a lot of people, and
gee, thanks.
It's a really great, it's really great to be a part of something amazing, and
Drew's gonna make me cry over here,
right?
Like with me being part of at Metros, they can, they got, if they have any questions, about, hey, what's the athlete leadership, what do they do? And if, I always say, if we have any questions about, like, at sports tournaments or anything, they can come to me or anything. So
you've become like just an advocate for so many other things other than just athlete leadership. Like you're kind of a go-to guy for people now, aren't you?
Yep.
That's got to feel good. Well, even you were my first phone call in when we were trying to figure out who should be our big master of ceremonies for our huge Summer Games tournament. So, I mean, you were in front of hundreds and hundreds of people
And
speaking.
I just want to say, Drew, you did a phenomenal job with your partner there. You guys really.
You and Jerry, you guys did
You
great.
killed it there up there, and
Was
I
that
was
nerve-wracking?
so proud of you.
No, people ask me, do you get nervous when you go up there and speak? I'm like, no.
You don't? That's amazing, Drew.
No, because like this past week, I was with my family up in Michigan, and we did a walk across the Mackinac Bridge. And but there was like over 33,000 people that walked across the whole bridge, and and then afterwards I put my Special Olympics shirt on and stuff like that, and it's being part of Special Olympics, that to me have the mindset to I'm going to do it, and
Yes, yeah. I would, I'm very, very scared of heights. So I think I would have been very nervous walking across that bridge. When you wear your Special Olympics gear, do people ask you about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. If somebody asks you about it, do you kind of talk about how you're a part of the team?
Yep, and then the ALC and the team, it's something amazing to be part of.
So if somebody wants to maybe sign up their child or their adult for Special Olympics, but maybe they don't think their person can do it, or maybe they're nervous. Maybe sometimes parents are more afraid than kids. What would you say to someone to convince them to just give it a try?
I said I was nervous at first, and then I didn't want to do. I'm going to have to admit that I was stubborn at first. I didn't want to do it, but then after I tried it, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And so I tell them, just give it a shot, and then once you do it, then you're going to love it.
And you chose to do that as an adult. It was super brave. Yep.
And Drew, what new things, since you started Special Olympics, what new things have you done personally in your life, like that you never thought you'd try before, but maybe you tried now, like outside of Special Olympics?
Oh, I've tried new food and stuff like that I've never tried before, and I was really bad with anxiety, but then I worked to overcome that because I went on the cruise for the first time, and I've done a lot of things to overcome my fears and stuff like that. And
So it's really helped your mental health too.
My mental health, yep.
That's good.
That's amazing. Well, Drew, we are so grateful for all of you give so much to the movement, for your leadership, and you're such an awesome teammate, and we're so thankful that you are just a huge athlete leader for us. So thank you for everything you do.
And thank you guys for everything that you guys do, and you guys are the best and inspirations to everybody.
Gee,
Especially Ed, going fishing with them.
you got me speechless right now, and I can't talk.
I mean, Ed speechless does not happen too often, Drew. So I think you get a medal for that, right?
Drew, how about since I'm not gonna be able to be at the retreat, but how about we make a little fishing get together, and we get together and go fishing together?
Yeah, that was a good time. Man.
That sounds like a perfect.
Because I haven't used my pole in like 7 years, and my dad bought it for me, but it's still got to need line. As long as you can help me put line on it, or I don't get caught in the line, then we'll be good to go.
Then we're okay.
And Drew, don't let me cast it out, because I have a tendency to hit people when I hit their shirts and stuff. So don't let me cast the fishing pole.
This might be a pretty big job for you, Drew. I don't know.
Well, I was up north, and mine got caught in the tree, so I don't know if I'm any better.
I mean, yeah, it's a good thing you guys aren't anglers for competition.
Right.
Well, maybe someday. That's a good aspiration. Someday you could do a fishing tournament.
I would like to go fishing with Drew. I think it'd be fun.
Well, thank you for everyone who joined us today for this podcast. Thank you so much, Drew, for being a guest. And if you'd like more information on Special Olympics Wisconsin and just all of the amazing things our friends here are doing, please visit us at specialolympicswisconsin.org, and you'll find ways that you can participate and support. Thanks so much.